Hey man, you setting up your 500 series gear and you want to make sure you don't fuck it up? What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Wavy Wayne from Wayne.wav. And if you're new to the channel, this channel is all about, I feel like I said channel a lot of times, but if you're new around here, this channel is all about helping you record and mix faster and better. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. On one of my last videos, I actually unboxed my new 500 series Shadow Hills mono gamma mic preamps. Now I have two of them, and it got me thinking as I was going to set them up, because my API Lunchbox, the actual chassis that these are going to sit in, just arrived today. So I just figured I'd do a quick video and show y'all how to set this up and how to actually install the 500 series modules onto the 500 series chassis, your Lunchbox, or whatever you choose to put yours in. So it's definitely pretty simple, but you know, when you buying some expensive gear, you want to make sure you're doing things right. So I want to be a resource for you to make sure I walk you through this so you don't screw it up. Let's go ahead and zoom into the chassis. So one of the main things that we want to focus on here when you're doing this is make sure that you don't have any power going to the chassis. So since this is brand new, I don't even have it plugged up, right? So if yours is already set up, already in the rack or whatever, then you might want to go ahead and either power it down or unplug it altogether to just make sure that nothing is powered up. But this is going to be pretty simple to actually install in here. If you see the back of this module, it pretty much is kind of like installing a PCIe card or something into your computer. So if you've ever done that, this thing is just literally going to slide right in to one of the slots on this chassis, okay? And then there's screws at the top and bottom that I'm just gonna put to hold it in place. I'm gonna attach those. So the first thing I need to do is actually take the screws out so that I can put everything in. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these screws. If you're in a studio, make sure you always have a screwdriver around, okay? That's crucial. These little tiny screws here. Cool, there's one. I'm gonna place it, this little candle top, so we don't lose it. Take the second one out. Place that there. All right, cool. Now, when I place this module into the rack, I just want to kind of make sure it's lined up. So the easiest thing is going to be to kind of line up the screw holes. That'll make sure that I'm straight. And when those screw holes are lined up, I'm just going to push it right into place, into that little chassis, into the slot there. To do this, let's see. Yeah, I could flip it on its back. This will probably be best for me. So let me go ahead and do this. I'm gonna bring y'all a little closer and tilt you down a little bit so y'all can see. You wanna be careful with this. But try to get y'all the best look possible. Never mind my cable mess over there. We working on that too. That's coming up too. All right, so I'm just gonna start with this very first slot all the way to the left. Line up the holes. And boom, it's in. I felt it slide in, tap in, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and screw it. It's just gonna hold it in place. Pretty simple. I'm not gonna tighten it up too much at first. I always just wanna get both of them in. All right. Make sure that one's tight. Boom. And just like that, I got my first module in. Now, I only have one other module to put in right now. I definitely am going to fill this thing up eventually, but I'm going to look and see if there's any offerings to actually cover the rest of the exposed inserts here so that no dust or anything gets into it. I've seen other people kind of just use like a piece of tape or something to cover over it. I think that look kind of tacky though. You know me, I want to be swaggy as possible. So I'm gonna try to find something proper to cover up the slots that are not being used until I can fill them all up. All right. But yeah, now I just got to go ahead and do the second one. Doo-doo-doo, nothing to see here, just screwing around. All right, so the same thing gonna happen here. Let's bring this, line these up. Line the screw holes up, and then just let it. There it is. Okay, I just needed a little bit of wiggling to get it into place. Give that a good tightening. So now I'm just gonna test to make sure everything works. So I'm just gonna plug up the power supply, make sure the lights come on, and yeah, I think we're gonna be good. All right, so connecting the power supply is pretty easy. All you gotta do, you hook it up, man. It's a 1-2 step. So I'm gonna flip the switches just to make sure we getting power to each of the modules. You see we got the green light on that one. Okay, let's see if we getting, cool. Everything is completely working. So that's it, man. That's how you would actually install modules into your 500 series rack. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and be dope.